welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Another beautiful day. We are hoping to get into the 70s today. 76 for a high with nothing but sunshine. 51 right now. Yesterday's high, 70 degrees. So finally some very nice weather.
Should be nice. I have a golf date planned today. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of people out golfing.
Yes.
A lot of people on the trail yesterday. A lot of people just out and about.
Yeah, people are enjoying it. We finally turned the corner. I got pretty busy last night, watched a little basketball. What'd you do?
I watched a little baseball and softball.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Very nice. I got talking with someone last night about bachelor parties. You did not get invited to my bachelor party.
No.
You got invited to Joey's.
Yes.
Which was?
In Mount Pleasant.
Right. Do you know where mine was?
Actually, now that you mention that, was it in Newark?
Atlantic City.
Okay.
And I am so proud of that decision. That is aged so well. When people find out that I went to Atlantic City for my bachelor party, the jealousy seeps.
Jewel of the East.
Woo! Never been back and never will go back. But yeah, we're coming up on 16. We went Memorial Day 2007.
Wow. Why wasn't I invited?
Well, I mean, what would you have done? I got to drag you around the Atlantic City boardwalk. I mean, you were at Joey's bachelor party for 2 days, and you saw enough. Yeah. So, but they just don't make bachelor parties like they used to. That's all I'm saying with that. So, now for Memorial Day weekends, I go with my in-laws to northern Michigan. So,
fun.
Much more relaxing.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to have nice weather today for the annual police memorial, which is scheduled for 12 noon today at Horace Blackman Park, the City of Jackson Police Department, Jackson County Sheriff's Department, Michigan State Police, Blackman Leone Public Safety, Jackson Fire Department, and others coming together to honor those fallen in the line of duty, both fire and police. So everyone is welcome to that. It's a very nice ceremony, great way to honor the men and women in blue, and that is today at 12 noon.
Yeah, our officers would love to see as many people from the community there as possible. And like you said, it's going to be a wonderful day for that.
Tonight, a lot of people will be tuned in to see what former President Trump has to say following his lawsuit loss yesterday.
I heard about that.
Yeah, he's on a CNN town hall.
So what's the deal with that? He lost a civil case that's going to be appealed?
He's going to have to pay that lady $5 million.
No, he's not. I bet you $5 million she doesn't see a dime within 5 years.
You're probably right. He said he was going to appeal.
Isn't it crazy that, if it's a civil case, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, like OJ's civil case. All these civil cases you found guilty, and it's like, well, okay.
Well,
Who cares?
Civil case, the decision of the court has the power of law, whether it's a civil or criminal case.
I understand that, but the general public dismisses, right? You know what I'm talking about.
We shall see. He's going on CNN, which he has said he never would go on, but he's mad at Fox now, so some say he's going on CNN.
Who's going to do the interview?
Caitlin Collins.
I don't know who that is.
She sparred with him once before during a debate in 20 whatever.
Let me know how that goes. I'll be eating dinner while that's happening.
George Santos is being arrested today. Finally.
God, what a day. What a day. I've been able to teach Brandon some things already this morning, and I wonder if you know this. Do you know who wrote the NBA on NBC theme song?
No, I don't.
John Tesh.
Oh, I believe that. He also wrote some CBS Sports themes.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, when we get back upstairs, Brandon, let's check out all the themes.
The NFL announced their upcoming season this morning, and the Jaguars, and they're going to play twice in Europe.
Well, no one wants to watch them in Jacksonville, so I'm not a big fan of the Europe game.
people apparently go.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you live in Europe, there's only one NFL game every year. You go to the game. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
None of the games have really ever been that good that I've paid attention to. So,
Buddy Holly, no relation, won the Westminster Kennel Club dog show yesterday. The first petite Basset Griffon Vendine to win Best in Show. Did you see him?
no, but do we have a photo, Noah?
Yes, there he is.
That's a Basset Hound?
It's a Basset Griffon
Oh,
Vendine.
Griffin.
Petite.
Okay.
Yes, they're
Is
a
that Basset Hounds?
rabbit hunting breed.
Basset Hounds have those long,
Yeah,
don't they? The long,
Right.
droopy.
They're on the shoes.
Oh, wow.
Getting the
Beautiful dog.
wow! Look at that giant purple ribbon. they got.
Wow. It's great.
Yeah, I know you're always hopeful that your dog is going to win the dog show.
Yeah.
Never.
No, I've never entered our dogs because I don't believe they allow neutered dogs to compete in the competition. So that's why we don't compete.
Today's show is brought to you by Sonneborn Orthodontics. They have been serving the community for decades. They also are big supporters of the community. Dr. Arthur Sonneborn and his great team at Sonneborn Orthodontics. Thanks so much for being with us on the morning show.
Let's get to our Extreme Dodge scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Extreme. And it was a good night. Tanya Bassett, Western softball coach, she picked up her 400th win.
Wow.
It's been milestone city here for the softball coaches. There's Tanya, longtime coach. 400 wins. That's amazing.
Yeah, what a great record.
Yeah, that's awesome. Longtime coach.
They've had a
and
great
leader.
program at
Yeah,
Western.
absolutely. Oh my goodness, there's a high jumper. Here we go, some track and field scores. Napoleon, they took care of Grass Lake and Hanover Horton in track. Tecumseh over Jackson. Girls track, Grass Lake, they did well. They beat Napoleon and Hanover Horton in their tri-meet, and Tecumseh beat Jackson as well. In girls soccer, Springport 8, Vermontville, Maple Valley 0. Coldwater 2, Western nothing. Boys golf, Springport finished 6th in the Big 8 Jamboree, and at the Adrian Invitational, Western finished 4th. Not sure where they play. I'm not sure where they played.
Burr Oak.
Burr Oak? No, the Springport played at Burr Oak, but I don't know where the Adrian Invitational was. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
I don't. Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek. I used to play there a lot with my college track coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to skip class, go play 18, and then I'd get a bad grade. Here's what's coming up on deck tonight. There's pretty much everything tonight, so just check it out. A lot of baseball, a lot of softball, and of course soccer underway. And it's a beautiful day for golf. More highlights and more on jtv.tv. Our weather today brought to you by Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More. There's a beautiful shot from the Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More Skycam. Visit heatandcoolwithus.com. And Tina will be back with the weather tomorrow. She's a much deserved day off.
Mm-hmm. You know, the Jackson boys and girls tracks, the team, they've been hampered by not having a track.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yep. The Dungy Field is under construction.
Yeah.
Who's on the show today?
We've got a wonderful show lined up. We have Dr. Donna O'Neill and guest right after this quick break.
The Pick Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is preparing for the worst by putting to work the very best. Change is improving by replacing utility poles and redesigning our substations. Change is commitment to upgrading 1,000 miles of our energy grid every year. And change is confidence, the confidence of knowing when it comes to keeping the lights on, we're always on. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Home is where the heart is, inside and outside. Increase the comfort of your deck or patio with a retractable awning from Addison Awning in Jackson. The touch of a button turns bright sun into soothing shade and reduces energy costs. Addison Awning is proud to be one of Michigan's largest awning shops with hundreds of fabrics and styles to choose from. Last year's demand created wait times, so order now and be ready for summer. Call Addison Awning in Jackson at 782-8473. That's Addison Awning, 782-8473.
Our new Express Oil Changes and More building has been a huge success. Not only do we have the best oil change prices, we top off fluids and do a 33-point inspection. All while you enjoy fresh-baked cookies, coffee, and popcorn in our new lounge. This month is our Jeep Freedom Day sales event with special pricing on all new Jeeps. Stop out to Extreme Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jackson, just off I-94 exit 141, or online at extremedodge.com.
Oh yeah!
Don't forget, Mother's Day is this Sunday, and Brown Floral will take care of you. It's the best place to go. You walk in, tell them what you need, and then they either make it for you, or you can pick it right out of the cooler. Visit brownfloralco.com. They are at the corner of Morrell and Greenwood. Again, Mother's Day this Sunday, May 14th. On Saturday this weekend, the ORS Race Series is back with the Around the Park for Autism 5K Run Walk. Should be a beautiful, beautiful day. There's a kids run as well in the ORS Race Series, sponsored by JTV Experience Jackson, Fortress Cafe, and M&K Jetting and Televising.
And make sure you buy your flowers locally, because there are a lot of Mother's Day online flower scams right now.
Very good. Very good point.
Yep. Next on our show, we welcome from the PIC Center infectious disease specialist, Dr. Donna O'Neill. And during National Nurses Week, we're happy to welcome a nurse from the practice, Mara Strange. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Nurses Week.
Thank you.
How long have you been a nurse?
7 years.
I was going to ask, did the pandemic make you question your profession at all?
It made me rethink some things,
Yeah.
but in the long run, I still enjoy what I do,
Yeah.
and here I still am.
So what do you like about being a nurse?
I like knowing that, stereotypical as it sounds, helping people.
Yeah.
And especially when people are much more appreciative. You don't always get that, but it's
Yeah.
nice when you do hear that sometimes, and it makes it worth it.
Nice. And you've been on TV before, it turns out. You're in the Jackson College commercial.
I am, yes.
So you went to Jackson College for nursing?
Yep.
Nice. What's it like to work for Dr. Donna?
Oh no. Why did I bring her?
No, I enjoy it. I like that we have a small office, and we're family oriented, so that makes a big difference. And schedule works, and I like everybody I work with. And she made a comment one time how infections are something that you can fix, so it makes it
Yeah.
sometimes
Most of them.
most of them.
Most.
Most of them.
Donna, what's great about Maura at the office? I'm sure you can speak to her skill.
Well, she's my wing person
Yeah.
because she helps me most of the time run the office. She's incredible. She went back to school to get her RN degree. She did that while she had a very young child at home. She said she'd be trying to study and he would want attention, and she'd be trying to study, and in the end they would both fall asleep. So incredible what she and all the nurses do in the office. And we work so well together. Sometimes I don't even have to talk, and she knows what I need.
That's awesome.
So she watches my back, and I watch hers. But we're small, so we do lots of things and lots of variety. And without the nursing staff and the office staff, we couldn't have gone through COVID. It was definitely a team event because it was back in the early days, so brand new.
You're right about the nursing education. So many nurses like Mara are juggling a lot of things while they're in school, and that's a handful. By the way, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Now they, a lot of them have young children in school or daycare. Daycares run the world, by the way. It's hard, getting them out on time so they can pick everybody up. It's amazing what they do.
What's the infectious disease of the week?
It's found in a paper mill, maybe.
Oh, the Escanaba paper mill.
No.
What happened up there?
We could talk about that, but make sure we come back a little
Okay.
bit. One thing I want to talk about COVID. So we're going to be, world known in Michigan because this is the largest outbreak of this very unusual, rare, but getting more common fungal infection. So one approach to infectious diseases is by nature of the germ or pathogen. So there's bacteria, viruses, parasites. This is a fungus. And it's an interesting fungus because it's a mold and it's a yeast. And you get it from working in the soil. So moist, damp places. So everyone's starting now with their gardens and raking up leaves. So we're in an area where it's endemic. Everybody knows that word now. So there's areas in the U.S. that have it and some don't. And it's just becoming more common, I think, as we develop other areas. Actually, dogs get it more than humans, like 10 dogs to 1 human infection. So sometimes they're the sentinel event. So I don't think they figured out up there in Escanaba, the paper mill, where it came from. But to me, it's a perfect setup. But I think the current tally is about 115 people have contracted it that they know of. And there'll be more because the incubation period from time of exposure to time of symptoms is very long. It can be up to 3 months. So they first started to identify the cases in February. But there's 115 people have had it. And on average in Michigan, we get about 25. 1 died, unfortunately, and 15 were hospitalized. So you breathe this spore in, and it's usually a lung infection, but about 25 to 40% can get outside. And we're going to see more of these unusual presentations because we have all these patients on these wonderful drugs that weaken their immune systems. So, people with, rheumatology problems, GI problems, obviously our cancer patients, our transplant patients. So we're going to see more of it, but it's huge, and treatment's hard. I mean, you're on drugs for 6 months to a year, and there's not many drugs to choose from. But many patients have a mild case, can present like as a bad cold or pneumonia. So about 50% of them are mild or asymptomatic. So this is, it doesn't sound like a lot compared to what we've talked about with COVID, but the numbers will increase, and it's very, very rare. But I mean, a lot of people go find mushrooms. I mean, those people are at risk. So if you have a weak immune system, you might want to wear a mask. That's, I know, a bad word still, but.
Well, that's my ailment. What's your ailment?
A stomach bug.
Yeah, so Bart had to miss a flight due to a stomach bug. I've never seen anyone. It was like he was tased by a stomach bug. Do you want to share some of the symptoms?
It was awful.
Okay.
It was.
So do you think it was food poisoning
I
or
don't.
was norovirus?
We're hoping you could tell us what it was.
Yeah, what
Did you have a fever?
Maura, what was
I
it?
did. I had a fever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
It was like
ends?
he turned into a little child almost. I mean, I've never seen anything
Well,
like
you
it.
probably got dehydrated.
Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
So you probably, if you were local, we would have, put an IV in you and given you IV fluids
Yeah.
through the office, Bart.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
But
that
again-
all?
is that all? Yeah, it was. It was probably. I mean, he had no water.
Again, one approach would be, is it viral? So norovirus, very common, the cruise ship virus, or, the Lumen Christi subway, virus, that's very common.
I think it was a cruise ship virus because it was at Disney.
Hey,
Mara, what do you think it was?
But it could be bacterial, there's Salmonella, Shigella, Campylobacter. We've talked, there's parasitic ones that can do it. So that's another
how about
approach.
this? We were all in the same hotel room for this thing.
Well,
And you
were
guys
on it.
didn't
There was
get
a
it?
guy,
No,
there was a
he
guy
left.
on the tram that was coughing just nonstop.
If you start looking at all the people at Disney, you're going to get a lot of diseases. So,
Wash your hands, wash your hands.
yes, wash your hands.
Or it might have been something that you ate. Is there something
what I
that was
thought.
different? I mean, you can get norovirus from food.
I think he had like a burger that was just a little bit too uncooked for his tummy.
So
Well, your mom
that's-
had some of that too.
Yeah, but she had the outside, not the middle.
Oh. Well, I think it was a waiter. He put his thumb on them.
Well, I'm glad you're better.
I'm better now. Thank you. How many nurses are in the office?
6?
Wow.
Yeah, 6.
What are you doing for the nurses for National Nurses Week?
Well, we've done an assortment of things. It actually started on the 6th to the 12th, or the 11th, yeah. And that's because it was Florence Nightingale's birthday. That's why they came up with that. Quiz for you guys. You guys are always quizzing us. Which president proclaimed Nurses Week?
Herbert Hoover.
Woodrow Wilson.
Wrong. Richard Nixon.
Oh, Richard Nixon.
Yeah. And where was Florence Nightingale born?
She was born in Metro Detroit. I don't know.
Henley on Thames, England.
Nope. Florence, Italy.
Oh, of course. Before she
Jeez.
was named.
But she was important for infectious disease because in a hospital she decreased the death rate by 2/3 just by implementing simple things like washing your hands and keeping the facility clean.
Changing the sheets, and I remember learning about that. Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah, she started changing the beds between patients and getting different washcloths and washing your hands, and they noticed the mortality rate started to drop
Yeah.
once they started changing things out. So it was a big jump forward with it.
So we have a sign up. They got little goodie bags. The week's not over. We can't spoil all the surprises.
So you got in the hospital and they put you in a bed that somebody had
Well,
been
you
sick
used
in?
to.
Well, they didn't know
Used to,
they didn't know the stuff then. They would move somebody out, or if somebody died, and they would
Yeah, they
bring the
didn't-
next
they didn't
person
know.
in, and
Right.
yep.
Yep, back in the day.
That's why
Yep.
people didn't live that long. Thank you very much. We'll have to continue this again.
Okay.
Dr. Donna O'Neill and Maura Strange from the PIC Center. Happy Nurses Week to all. More of the morning show right after this.
The Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill has something for everyone. They offer a large menu with a variety of meals to choose from, including many Middle Eastern options, along with the everyday favorites. Enjoy live music and dancing, pool table, huge bar and large banquet hall, perfect for your next gathering, wedding reception, graduation party, and more. And don't miss Sunday brunch, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Experience a great night out at the Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill, located at 3705 Ann Arbor Road in Jackson.
Are you struggling with your mental health? We can help at Michigan Psychological Care, located in Jackson, Michigan. We are here to help strengthen your relationships, your interpersonal connections, and help you find yourself. With options of individual therapy, family and couples, group counseling, psychological evaluations, we are here to help with all your mental health needs. Contact us today to live the life you've always dreamed.
I'm miles beyond my knee injury. I am Henry.
I use science to help families grow. I am Henry.
I'm a new mom with brand new lungs. I am Henry.
I made sure that the cancer in my chest never got to my heart. I am Henry.
I'm Henry.
I am Henry.
When you found your inner believer and all-around conqueror, you found your Henry.
With 5 local dealers and over 300 vehicles on site, the American One Spring Car Sale is the best way to vehicle shop. Deals are happening from May 17th through the 20th at the Westwood Mall in Jackson. Now through May 31st, we are also choosing 2 people per month to each win 3 loan payments on us. See any American One branch for full promotional details or to get pre-approved today and discover why American One is home of the auto loan experts.
Free books for kids. Jackson Reads presents Dig Up a Good Book at Ella Sharp's Museum Day on Saturday, May 13th. This will be the biggest book giveaway yet, with 10 brand new books each for 1,200 children, birth to grade 8, plus a chance to chat with amazing authors, fun STEM activities, and so much more for the whole family, all for free. Don't miss out on Dig Up a Good Book at Ella Sharp's Museum Day, Saturday, May 13th from 10 to 4.
Today's show is brought to you by Total Landscaping, Inc. Give them a call, 517-764-3626 for all your hardscapes, softscapes, or pathways or walkways. Total Landscaping, Inc. Proud to be serving Jackson. Also coming up this weekend, we have Jackson County Free Museum Day, and it is on the 13th. There's over 10 museums participating. And JATA is offering free rides to Museum Day. So for more info, visit experiencejackson.com.
Joining us now is the Superintendent of Michigan Center Schools, Brady Cook. Good morning, Brady.
Good morning, fellas.
Always good to have you here.
I love being here. Thanks for having me.
The board this week met and decided to choose someone for a new principal of the junior senior high school.
Yeah, we are excited. Zach Canan, so he's officially under contract with Napoleon Schools right now as the Atkinson Lake principal, but it's the worst kept secret in Jackson County. And it's not supposed to be a secret. We've been very transparent with it on both sides. Jim Graham at Napoleon's been great to work with, but I kind of explained this at our board meeting a couple nights ago, where there are a lot of principal jobs out there and you just don't know what you're going to get for applicants. And in comes Zach, who has educational charisma, and he has the culture fit, and he checked every single box, so we are thrilled.
How important is culture fit when you're bringing people in? Because you've worked so hard on culture at Michigan Center.
I would say, and this is kind of indicative of what we're doing at Michigan Center and have been for a long time, culture and relationships are number one. We can teach anything else. We can figure everything else out, but we can't make you fit. And when you have that, it is priceless. So that's what we make sure our teachers, and that's what makes the staff at Michigan Center so great, is they understand and value that.
Nice. Did you go to the prom this year?
I did, yeah, I did. It was awesome. We did Cascades Manor House this year. That was a new venue for us. There was a French fry bar.
What?
So put that on with all the trimmings, and then right next to that was an ice cream sundae bar with everything. So it was, I don't know if the kids enjoyed it like I did, but it was awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Next year you're invited. We'll run that back.
Yeah.
It was an awesome venue. Thank you, Cascades Manor House. It was awesome.
It's great for the kids to be off campus for proms too. I always think that's so important.
It's great for us too.
Cool. Yeah, of course. Get them out of here.
How many in the class of 23 at Michigan Center?
So it is a smaller class. We get that occasionally in a district our size. So we will graduate something near 70 this year. That is small for us. And then as you go back down, it bumps back up. But it's about 70.
We wanted to talk about the spring sports season. I know it's been challenging for all schools with the weather. A lot of catching up this week, but you've got some great success with spring sports. The soccer team doing really well.
Yeah, our soccer coach, Ray Scaife, and actually Sarah Scaife takes a lot of the pictures, right?
Yeah.
And does an incredible job working for JTV, but he does such a good job leading that soccer program. Softball and baseball, the schedule has definitely been brutal, and it's hard to get in a rhythm, but a lot of hard-working kids, and they're out there grinding.
It's crazy. It seems like we're just now getting to the point where you know the games are going to be played. Do you think the weather is shifting? I mean, spring sports, spring's gotten worse.
Well, It's
not a global warming
this is
conversation,
not a political
but,
comment, but it sure hasn't felt like global warming this spring. Definitely the early April stuff is always nasty. We always count on that early in the season. The thing about this year is it extended into late April and extended into early May.
Right.
I know I was golfing with my twin a couple weeks ago. I think it was in May, so maybe it was a week ago, and we were just getting drilled by hail bullets while we're golfing. So that was a little atypical. There's Brody Shannon with the golf team. Golf always does a great job with Brian Haynes.
Great sports name at Michigan Center.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So is Cook. And at Grass Lake, your older brother got his 500th.
Yeah, it's pretty
win.
good.
Yeah, man, we don't even, so I'm on a text chat group with my brothers and dad, and we don't even call him Roger anymore. He's just GOAT. We only send GOAT gifts, GOAT images, because he's the greatest of all time.
All-timer.
22 years, and that's a lot of wins to accumulate in 22 years.
Yeah.
So he's done an incredible job.
You really have to love what you're doing to coach that long, and really to have the success he has. You really got to love it.
Yep, and I mentioned this on a Facebook post. I came out of Facebook retirement to say something about him.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. My once every 2-year post. He is universally lauded for just being him. The wins are great, but the way that guy operates, I know for Michigan Center, our kids a few years back, and he's done this consistently, showed up, and he had bought seeds and lined them up in the dugout for the other team, not even for his own team. That's kind of stuff he does all the time. So
that's really cool.
He's a great guy who just happens to win a lot of games because he's a pretty dang good coach too.
That's cool.
The Kuiker Elementary students are going to be on the big stage of the Michigan Theater this Saturday.
Yeah, the Aristocats, baby, it's coming. So we have a Disney musical program. They put in a ton of work, the kids, the staff that are involved, and it's always fun to watch. So.
Do you guys have anything on the August ballot that we need to be aware of?
That is a great leading question, and yes, we do. So we're in the early stages. We just got our approval from the state of Michigan, and then we acted on it formally at Monday night's board meeting. So the Michigan Center community is going to hear a lot about this in the next few months. And ultimately what it is, it's kind of a two-part project. So the part one, we committed every bit of federal funding that we could toward it, and these are air quality projects, but unfortunately that wasn't enough to pay for what we need to have done in the district. So what we're asking for from the voters is not a tax increase. We were very fortunate with rising property values over time that we were, to put it simply, kind of able to refinance the bond so it wouldn't impact taxpayers at all until the 2016 30-year bond runs out, and then it extends it, which we're able to potentially recoup $6.3 million in what will ultimately be only, at this point, and it fluctuates over time, but a 6-year extension, which is awesome for us. And the project itself is the least glamorous project of all time. It's bringing fresh air in. It's giving us the ability to control temperatures. It's converting to hot water where we can. And the bottom line is we have some outdated infrastructure, just being 1940s, 50s buildings. This will keep us current, and in the long term will save taxpayers a lot of money, because if we don't do these kinds of things, a few years down the road we're asking for a lot more money to rebuild buildings. So you'll hear a lot about that. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Coming to the August ballot.
Yes.
Well, we wish you and your whole team the best as school winds up for the year, and congratulations to the Cardinals class of 23.
Thank you. Keep up the excellent work.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks guys.
Superintendent Brady Cook, Michigan Center Schools. More of the morning show after this.
There are many different kinds of noses. Our noses can sniff out all kinds of things. Good things and bad things. Your nose knows if those sniffles are just a cold, allergies, or COVID-19. So swab it. Test it. It's good to know.
Subscription packages are on sale now for Wharton Center's 23-24 season. Subscribe and save on hits like Yo-Yo Ma, Moulin Rouge, Six, Step Africa, and more. Save your seat at whartoncenter.com today.
Cascades Humane Society is excited to announce the 2023 Paws in the Park, presented by Lammers Heating and Air Conditioning. This year, the fun will be had at Cascade Falls Park on Saturday, June 3rd. The event will feature a 5K run and walk for both people and dogs, and a shorter woof walk is available along with Kids Doggy Dash. The popular Ultimate Air Dogs will be back, the premier dog dock diving company where dogs run off a dock and are judged based on how far they jump in the pool. Your own dogs can compete. Also included will be vendors to shop, food to purchase, kids activities, pony rides, a petting zoo, and a vaccine clinic. Visit chspets.org for more information. MVP Sports has been providing the Jackson area with the finest custom apparel and select promotional items since 2006. We can take your corporate event, Employee Appreciation Day, or golf outing to the next level with expertly crafted shirts, hats, jackets, coolers, and even golf bags. As always, you can count on MVP for all your sports and school apparel too. No matter what your needs, MVP Sports has the equipment, knowledge, and expertise to make sure every order comes out just right. Whether it's embroidery or screen print, with outstanding customer service and design services, we make outfitting your crew or team a breeze. Stop in today and let's turn your ideas into reality. MVP Sports Store, 5000 Ann Arbor Road in Jackson.
This Saturday, AgriScience and FFA at the Jackson Area Career Center are having their plant sale. This is the second of 2 Saturdays. Last chance to browse huge selection of annuals, perennials, vegetables, herbs, and ton of hanging baskets. It's from 8 till noon. There will be a line of cars. Don't be discouraged. Just hang in there. You'll get in. You'll have a great choice, and you'll support the students at the Jackson Area Career Center.
With us now from Experience Jackson, Rachel Buchanan. Good morning.
Hello.
Now, Rachel, you and I get to go around the county. We get to have a lot of fun. We get to see a lot of different things. Bart, you even went with us last time. We went to Axe Play. Rachel, you whipped me, and I got to tell you, look at this. Someone gave me a last place,
I love it.
Yeah, an axe blade someone gave me, and it says last place with the date on it.
Any recognition is recognition,
Did you send this
right?
to me?
I did not, but I wish I would have thought of it.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
So I've been roasted over that for a long time. So I'm working on my axe throwing. And you're really not very good either.
I actually was better than you. I didn't throw my axe into the floor like you did.
I did that. I did. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
But so much to do in this town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great spot. And we've got a big weekend for Experience Jackson. What's happening?
Well, we've been talking about Museum Day a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of that talk lately. And it's just a couple days away now. So we're really excited. Now, you were mentioning earlier about Jackson Area Transportation Authority offering free rides to those couple city, within the city bounds and everything. And we're just excited for people to show up. That's the beauty of it. No ticket necessary. Just show up and choose your own path, choose which museum you want to explore, take as much time as you can during that day, and enjoy it, soak it in.
You should have a prize for the person that can get to all 10 museums in the 6 hours of the day.
That's a good idea. Well, they actually have 10 out of 10 chance then for a prize like that, because at every place there is a big prize basket.
Oh.
So separate drawing at each location.
Very
there
nice.
you go.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, one of those museums is the Hanover Horton Area Historical Society, and you stopped out.
We did. Yep, a little visit with Experience Jackson. We learned a little bit firsthand about what they've got out there, and even some construction and some improvements they're making out there. So it's a great place.
Let's take a look.
I'm Rachel Buchanan with the Visit with Experience Jackson.
And today we are in Hanover Horton, and we've got two of the ladies that make things operate here at the Hanover Horton Area Historical Society. This side, it's Donna Cartmel, and Jeanette is also with me, Jeanette Weimer, here today to educate us on all of the things that the museum has to offer. This room, in and of itself, when you walk in, is incredibly impressive. This is the Conklin Reed Oregon Museum. Donna, tell me a little bit about this room.
Well, this room came about actually as a start of our society when a gentleman, Lee Conklin, had collected a number of reed organs and melodeons out in his barn south of Hanover. And when he got to the age that he felt he could no longer, he repaired them. He couldn't play a note of music, but loved the wood. And so he did a lot of woodworking on it. And when he reached an age that he felt he could no longer take care of them, that's when our society was formed. So that was in 1977. So.
And how many are in this room?
There's close to 100 in this room, plus we have a number of them over in our repair workshop. And so we have over 100 reed organs and melodeons.
Now, when people come to visit the museum, what are their reactions when they walk in here? Do you have some insight?
Most of them are just like you said, they're just awed at, I did bring a group through myself, and they all want to come back. They were just awed by what was here, and the fact that they can play these organs. They've been restored.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've been in here before, and you guys very much encourage people to tickle the keys the best they can. So does it get quite loud in here sometimes?
Oh, yes, sometimes. But, you know, it's a beautiful sound no matter what else is going on. So.
And out of so many museums in Jackson, we have a great representation of how learning happened across history. We've been transported to a classroom here, and I hear that, Jeanette, you may be a little bit of an expert in this room. Tell us about it.
Well, this building was rebuilt in 1911, so the classroom is about that 11, 12, 13 setup to that. And so we have the different activities that kids would go through. Now, so we try to have hands-on things for the children in here as well, and they're very interested usually in the way things used to happen. So
now I've brought my own kiddos through here a couple different times, and of course they're always interested in these unique piggy banks in the back of the room. I don't know if that was a part of school. It's learning about money, right? But tell us about some of these you have on display.
Okay, these banks are reproductions, so we don't mind if the children use them. So there's a bowl of pennies there that they can put in and use them. A couple of them are no longer working. That's all right. We want children to have experiences here, and they all think that they would save money more if they had banks like this.
I think I would, for sure. Now, Donna, is there anything special to you in this room?
Oh, there's a number of things. Let me kind of turn your attention to this over here is the colors of the original Hanover High School. And of course, they've since changed to red and white, but it used to be orange and black, of course, which is Jackson High. But and in here we encased several instruments that have come from people from the community and have significance to this particular school.
So an interesting part of this schoolroom is all the bells. We're all used to school bells, but I haven't seen ones like these before.
No, the lady who donated these started collecting school bells, but then her friends knew that she was always collecting bells, so they added a few other ones. And this one is very interesting, this one right here. We had who we think was a Tibetan monk. He was here and with some friends as a visitor here, and he said, "Oh, that's a Tibetan bell. You know, it's got special meanings." And And by the way, you have it facing the wrong direction. So we had to change that. That was pretty exciting. Yeah.
I imagine you get all sorts of wonderful stories and insight like that. You guys are probably learning right along with everyone else each day.
That's true. And I encourage people, or we encourage people, to tell stories about what life was been. Some people have been in a one-room classroom, you know, and I like to share stories about my mother because she has some interesting stories about the classroom and things like that. The kids always appreciate that.
I love it. Moms always have the best insight. And now we've made our way up the stairs to the Risky Room, and this is a room full of the history of technology of things and kind of highlighting some of the businesses of the past. I love looking around in here because you look at a contraption and you're so confused. What does that do, or why does it look like that? Why is that so large to perform such a big task? It's amazing to see how far we've come, but also to know that history behind it. Tell us about a couple of the interesting things you like to point out in this room.
Well, in this room, we have typewriters that the kids can try to work, which is a task because most of them are on their phone. And we also have telephones, which many of them don't even know what those are. They date way back, and we also have a telephone keyboard there. And we have a ton of things that have come from the community through the doctors. We have 3 doctors in particular, or 4 doctors that were prominent in the area. So we have some of those office articles that were used in examining rooms. We have one of the most unique things are these puppets that a lady in our community at the time made, and they're hand puppets. And she also played harmonica while she was, you know, showing the kids how the hand puppets worked. And then we have a new edition, which I don't know we should show. I think they should come and look at the various cameras over the years, and we have a new setup on that. Kids come in, and we've done demonstrations on the barber chair. There's a little platform that sits on the arms for the smaller guys. So yeah, we have a lot of things in here.
Always good to highlight the haircuts. Yes. It's a big moments in life. And Jeanette, what about you?
Well, I think I do want to say that our typewriter collection has some of their earliest ones, and they go through stages, you know, so it's not, there are different ones there that you can look at and how they changed through the years.
Yeah, oh yeah, seeing that progression is always interesting, especially side by side like that. I love that. So you guys are one of about 13 museums across Jackson County, which is just really impressive for a county our size. Most of our museums focus on history, but we've got transportation and art that's highlighted, history of community and history of industry like this. And we're just excited that you guys are a part of what we get to do and what we get to highlight and talk about. So thank you.
Thank you very much. It was fun.
And you guys do multiple events throughout the year.
We do.
I know you're a part of Museum Day. What are some of the other things that you guys highlight as we go?
I have to say that we are run by volunteers for the most part. We have an office girl for 20 hours a week, but we have volunteers that keep everything moving in our events. And we start out the beginning of the year with our Maple Syrup Festival and feature our own maple syrup. We go from that into Museum Day, which is a wonderful kickoff for the season. And we go from the museum, have wagon rides over to the park area where we have various buildings over there. From that, we go on to 4th of July is right next. And we do some things up at the park for 4th of July, and the museum is open. We have wagon rides. Then we go from, I'm trying to think, next June, July, August. Oh my gosh, our big Rust and Dust days. Museum is open, but we have multiple events over in the park area. We have vendors come in, we have crafters, but we have historic demonstrations that are fun for everybody. There's something for everybody in the family in Rust and Dust days. parents comment, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how many things the kids could do," and so it's a big event. And the antique tractor pulls is really how it started and was centered around that. And then we go to our fall festival, which we're going to fall family night. We cooperate with the high school. They're going to do a haunted woods where we have food and various activities that day. And then from that, we go into our Christmas event, which is featured here in the museum. Last year, we had 18 businesses that participated with trees, and the whole museum was filled with numerous trees and decorations from the community.
Excellent. So if you want to find out anything more about this museum or others countywide, you can always check out experiencejackson.com. And if you haven't seen everything you've heard about here, it's a great opportunity to come for a visit, both this building and your buildings in the park across the street as well. Thank you, guys.
Wow, that looked like a fun time. It's amazing what the Hanover Horton Area Historical Society does all year long.
Yeah.
They've got incredible facilities. The Maple Sugar House.
They got a log cabin out there,
Yeah.
and doing all sorts of restoration.
What's your plan for Museum Day?
Going as much as I can to hit as many of the spots. There's actually, outside of museums, the Jackson County, Michigan Historical Society is installing some special historical landmarkers, I believe, with the state. And so I'm going to go over that ceremony for a little bit to see that and be a part of that. That's really exciting too. It's not a museum proper, but as far as train stations go, it's right at the top across the country. So some good historical stuff.
I think some murals are going to install in the train station, and then the marker in front.
Yeah, so lots of things.
What's your favorite museum?
Actually on the list, I think I've been to all of them. Not included in Museum Day this year, about the Whitetail Museum. That's really fun, just outside of Calderon over there, outside of the golf course off the highway. And then I'm learning a little bit more about, is it Imagine Planet?
Yes.
And her rocks and animals and things too. So that's also not included on Museum Day, but a great option.
I like the Michigan Heritage.
Michigan's Military Heritage
Museum. We went when that first, really right before they opened, and the artifacts that they have there will
wild.
Blow your mind. It's unbelievable. How heavy some of this artillery was.
And that's right. I remember the Russian machine gun
and the uniforms and everything. It's amazing.
The EO Carrot Shop is going to be it's going to be insane on Saturday.
Yeah, it will
because the Gantons will be going back and forth between that and Spring Arbor University graduation.
Big day in that direction.
Very big day.
Judy Ganton is getting an honorary doctorate. From Spring Arbor University.
Yeah, that'll be. And you're going to the graduation?
I'll be somewhere.
And our very own Austin Curtis is graduating from Spring Arbor University.
Good.
So,
what are you getting Austin for his graduation gift?
I've already gotten it for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What are you getting him?
I've already gotten it as well. It's
What'd
a
you
secret.
get?
It's a surprise.
I got him a pair of golf pants, and I'm taking him golfing and lunch. What are you doing for him?
Well, that's because you spilled paint on his other pants.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I'll think of something. But yeah, congratulations to the graduates. It's awesome.
Is he going to get the? Is he going to get a special appearance in the Bart Holly show?
Yeah, he should.
That's a good gift.
Yeah.
He said no, thank you.
Yes, he waved us off.
Okay.
In true baseball player fashion.
Happy graduation. You're looking for a new job. No.
We'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Rachel Buchanan from Experience Jackson. We'll wrap up the morning show after this.
With over 16,000 completed Sonneborn smiles, Dr. Sonneborn is the most experienced orthodontist in the region. We work hand in hand with every dental practice for your convenience and confidence. The staff of Dr. Sonneborn's office is trained to provide efficient, high-quality care. We strive to make each and every visit as pleasant as possible, working towards your dream smile. We take pride in our training, and the care we provide is second to none. Visit our welcoming staff and atmosphere, where we focus not only on teeth, but faces and smiles too. Over 30 years as Jackson's most experienced and trusted orthodontist. Visit us today at 1415 West Argyle Street in Jackson, or our second location in Battle Creek.
Your new ride is waiting for you at Avenue Auto. We've been giving Jackson great deals on pre-owned vehicles for 27 years. With 80 or more vehicles on the lot, each with a free warranty, we're your family-owned and operated choice in Jackson. Asthma Allergy Centers can help you breathe freely. Since 1980, our board-certified specialists have provided testing and treatment for a wide variety of asthma and allergy-related conditions, including immunodeficiencies and skin problems. No referrals are necessary, and we accept any insurance or no insurance. You can even use our mobile app to check in and pay. Come see us at our Jackson office or one of our multiple offices in Southwest Michigan.
Dive into the rich history, art, and culture that Jackson County has to offer during the return of Experience Jackson's Jackson County Free Museum Day. On Saturday, May 13th, from 10 until 4, you can visit any combination of 10 participating Jackson County museums at no charge, featuring tours, kids' activities, historical demonstrations, and more. Coming Saturday, May 13th. Map out your Jackson County Free Museum Day plan at experiencejackson.com.
Welcome back to the morning show. There's a new product out that you might be interested in. Kasana has announced that it received FDA clearance for its heart seat. It's a smart toilet seat that when you sit on it, it measures your vital signs.
Oh, so you want to give me that so I'll have a heart attack on the toilet?
Well, I think everyone.
Adam, that's the last thing anyone needs.
Couldn't you just wear a Fitbit?
Yes!
You know, I think some people, they felt like they might die.
You could have used one of these in Florida and that thing would have broke.
It measures your heart rate, your oxygen saturation. It plans to do systolic and diastolic blood pressure, your temperature.
We actually have one of those in the second floor bathroom, and we'll be revealing all the data in a couple weeks. So some of you have some explaining to do. That's gross.
Yep.
I'll take one.
You know when you plug your iPhone into the car and it takes over the entertainment system? Well, I personally do not like that.
Did I ruin your car when I borrowed it?
No, but you left a lot of McDonald's wrappers in the car.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly.
I'll be damned.
And a half-finished Jimmy John's in the back seat of the Chevrolet.
That was Ellis.
Oh, okay. But GM
Did I really?
Yeah, GM is ditching the CarPlay and the Android Play. They aren't going to allow that to be in the cars anymore.
Good.
All GM cars.
Good. Don't need it. I liked your car. I had never driven that before. That thing works well with the audio and everything.
It's very
I was
nice.
able to have Pandora, my maps, talk on the phone, and some other things all at once without being interrupted. It was very nice.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of traffic on I-69 east of Lansing. That also helps.
But you weren't distracted.
No, I wasn't. I was hands-free.
Good.
Hands-free.
Who's on the show tomorrow?
Tomorrow we've got a wonderful show. President and CEO of Consumers Energy, Garrick Rochow, will be here. Matthew Budd and Cindy Wolfinger from the Jackson County Health Department, and our good friend Mike Hurst from Andy's Angels. Looking forward to catch up with everybody tomorrow. Should be a great show.
Later today, please come back at 1 o'clock. We have Tony Shaughnessy from the Jackson County, Michigan Historical Society. We talk with one of the actors coming to the Wharton Center for Wicked, Christian Thompson, plus Kurt Robertson from Studio One, Gilbert Chocolates, Sally Critchbaum, and Carol Hatch from Queen's Church, all later today. Hope to see you then.